Yesterday we read, I think, what is the longest chapter we've read in Leviticus so far. And today the chapter we're reading, I think, is the shortest chapter in all of Leviticus. We're in Leviticus chapter 12 today. This chapter has stuck out in my mind since I was a teenager because there's a verse in it that's actually quoted in the Gospel of Luke, and my mind is a mind that numbers just stick, whether they're baseball stats or chapters and verses, numbers stick. And so I, from a teenager, I always remember that in Luke 2, it quotes Leviticus 12. So Leviticus 12 always stands out in my mind above some of the other chapters in Leviticus. So the short chapter of Leviticus 12, which will only take us about a minute to read, maybe a little more. The Lord spoke to Moses, "Tell the Israelites, when a woman becomes pregnant and gives birth to a male child, she will be unclean 7 days, as she is during the days of her menstrual impurity. The flesh of his foreskin must be circumcised on the 8th day. She will continue in purification from her bleeding for 33 days. She must not touch any holy thing or go into the sanctuary until completing her days of purification. But if she gives birth to a female child, she will be unclean for 2 weeks, as she is during her menstrual impurity. She will continue in purification from her bleeding for 66 days. When her days of purification are complete, whether for a son or daughter, she is to bring to the priest, at the entrance to the tent of meeting, a year-old male lamb for a burnt offering and a young pigeon or turtle dove for a sin offering. He will present them before the Lord and make atonement on her behalf. She will be clean from her discharge of blood. This is the law for a woman giving birth, whether to a male or female. But if she doesn't have sufficient means for a sheep, she may take 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, one for a burnt offering and the other for a sin offering. Then the priest will make atonement on her behalf, and she will be clean." Leviticus 12. And if you're curious again about the quote, you'll find it in Luke chapter 2. Go ahead and take a look for it. If you have a Christian Standard Bible, it's in bold. If you have a New American Standard, you'll see it's Old Testament quotes are in all caps. If you have a New King James, it's in oblique. And the other ones, I'm not aware of any others that use a special font. Sometimes they'll have a footnote pointing it out. But go have fun and look for it in Luke. We'll see you tomorrow.